Hello students, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jagdeep. In this video series, we are learning about market structures. In our previous video, we talked about how a monopolist would earn normal profits in the short run. In this video, we shall focus on the long run situation under a monopoly. For all those students who've just landed on this video and know nothing about monopoly, please take a look at the characteristics and price and output determination first before coming over here. Okay, so without wasting any time further, let's get started. As discussed since past few video lectures, we now know that a monopolist is a single dominant seller in the market, and ideally this market does not allow competition to enter and compete with the monopolist. That means that the consumers or buyers in this market are kind of compelled to buy from this monopolist. And because of this and high entry barriers into the market, a monopolist would always, there's an always here, a monopolist would always earn supernormal profits in the long run. Okay, let us see how we could depict it on a diagram. So we have the y and the x-axis, we have revenues and costs and output measured on the x-axis, revenues and cost on the y-axis. Okay, now since this is the last segment in monopoly, we should know that the average revenue curve in this market structure would be a downward sloping curve, because a monopolist can either control the price or the supply, not both. And because of that, he has to reduce the price to sell more. That's the reasoning why a monopolist would face a downward sloping AR curve. Okay, let's draw the AR curve. Let us say this is the average revenue curve. Marginal revenue would fall at a rate faster than the average revenue. Let us say this is the marginal revenue curve. Now, since we are focusing on the long run segment, all the curves that we draw in this diagram are going to be long run curves. Okay, so first we need to identify the profit maximizing situation. What are the rules and conditions for profit maximization? Let me write down the rules for profit maximization. First, marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue, and second, marginal cost would cut marginal revenue from below, correct? Now, as I mentioned, the curves in this particular diagram would be long run. So instead of marginal cost, the term that you would want to use is a long run marginal cost curve. Alright, so the curve would be labeled as long run marginal cost curve, which is LMC. So what is supernormal profit? It is a situation where average revenue is greater than the long run average cost at the equilibrium level of output. So let's plot the long run marginal cost curve first, and then we'll plot the long run average cost curve. Alright? Students, if you are watching this video on your mobile, hit the hype button so YouTube could push this video to more learners just like yourself. Also, if you are finding this video helpful, consider using the thanks button below. Your support is crucial for creating more high quality and free content for students like you. Thank you for all your support. And now let's get back to drawing the long run marginal cost curve. So this is the long run marginal cost curve. What is the point of equilibrium? Here. This is the point where both of these conditions are fulfilled. So let's plot the price and output for a monopolist. This is the quantity at equilibrium. We just extend it up to touch the average revenue, and from here we get the price at equilibrium. Okay. Now, to identify if the firm is incurring losses or enjoying profits, we need the costing to be taken care of, correct? So your average revenue is greater than your long run average cost curve. So in this case, your average cost curve would be anything lower than this point. Clear? Let's draw that. So our rules are still the same. That is, the long run marginal cost curve would intersect the long run average cost curve at its minimum point. Okay, so let's carefully draw that, and from here You just need to make it rise. Okay, let me call it as long run average cost curve. Now, at the point of equilibrium, this is the equilibrium, or this is the equilibrium output. This here is your price and this here is the cost. Can we see that? Let me drop a perpendicular from here as well. So, from here, let us say this is the perpendicular. I am going to name all of these pointers. So, let me call this as A, B and D. Okay. So, now at equilibrium output, what is the situation? AR is equal to how much? O, PE, D, QE. What is the long run average cost? Equal to O, A, B and QE. If it is difficult to follow the letters, this entire rectangle here represents the long run average cost. Okay. Likewise, this entire rectangle here represents the average revenue. That means the difference between the two, which is this region, represents the supernormal profits. Alright, let's jot that down as well. I'll write in short form now. So, supernormal profit is equal to PE, D, B and A. Alright, whenever you are naming these areas, please ensure that you follow a circular motion. You cannot name the area like this, P, E, B, D, A. That doesn't look the area. Like if you are doing it like this, naming it like this, it doesn't look like the area. So, either you can go like this in this direction. So, it will be P, E, A, B, D, or like this, P, E, D, B, A. Alright, that would make your presentation a little better. So, this is how a monopolist would earn supernormal profits in the long run. Alright, students, if you think this topic is difficult, consider joining one of my online tutoring sessions where we could explore this topic in depth. I am currently helping students from multiple countries like UAE, Singapore and Qatar. I invite you to contact me directly on the number that is displayed on your screen. And don't miss out on a 30-minute complimentary session with me. Now, why do you think a monopolist would earn supernormal profits in the long run? So, the first and the most important reason is there are high barriers to entry. Barriers to entry. That means a monopolist would never allow a potential firm to enter the market and compete with it. And because of that, consumers do not really have any substitutes for the commodity that is provided by the monopolist. Hence, they are compelled, as I mentioned right in the beginning of the video, they are compelled to buy the commodity or the service from this monopolist. And because of which, the firm would be able to enjoy this supernormal profit. Another reason is they are price makers, right? That means a monopolist will be able to charge a price that he or she deems fit. And when they do that, if the price is raised further, the quantity might go down, because we know that a monopolist can either control the price or the quantity, not both. So when the monopolist raises the price and reduces the quantity, the area of supernormal profits would again, as you can see, will increase. Correct? So these are the reasons why a monopolist would earn supernormal profits in the long run. I hope now this is clear. We have discussed all the possible scenarios under a monopoly. The next video would now focus on monopolistically competitive markets. Alright? Students, if you find learning through long videos daunting, you could also follow me over my Instagram channel. So I shall meet you in another video. Until then, bye now. Take care.